Hello and welcome to Living Me, Myself, and Life with me, Jody Misiak. Today, I'm dedicating this episode to all the moms out there. You're doing an amazing, amazing job. You know, being a mom is, in my opinion, the most amazing, amazing things ever. I love being a mom. And at the same time, it is also one of the most challenging jobs ever. It is a constant learning experience, a constant, it's always keeping you on your, or at least me on my toes. Everything is just, it's amazing. And I was going to say there's no manual and there's like a ton of books out there. But the thing is, finding the right book that lines up with your kid can be challenging because every kid is different. Like my kids are so different than what my husband experienced as a kid. He's like, I was not like this. And there's a big reason why. They are so like me. They are high energy, high creative, high awesome and loving and just like, whew. And my husband was used to sitting, chilling. He calls himself, he was like a potted plant as a kid. There are like just so many things to take in as a parent. I shouldn't say just a mom, but like I'm sure Father's Day, maybe I'll do a shout out to fathers. So we're just focusing on the mothery roles right now. And, maybe there are some guys listening and you can, maybe you are the mothering role in your child's life. Maybe you have to be both. And it's just, there is so much going on being a parent. And oh my goodness. So, take a deep breath, enjoy a cup of coffee or a tea or a glass of wine, whatever works for you. And, celebrate the awesome job that you're doing because it isn't easy. And if no one's giving you a pat on the back or saying like, way to go, you're doing a fabulous job. Here I am today telling you you are. And maybe everywhere you look, you don't feel like you are. Like maybe you forget things or, maybe you have to work and you're like, I'm not there as much for my kids or child or whatever, how many kids you have. You are doing an amazing job. You're doing an amazing job with where you are right now. And, it's just, our children learn so much from us. So it's fun actually being a parent and learn and just having your words come back to you. Like my kids all the time, like use my words against me sometimes or to remind me. There's just so much. Our kids listen to everything. And the other thing as a parent is there's a season for everything. So for me on this journey of motherhood, it's been really fabulous to watch my children grow. Because, first they're little babies and like they rely on you all the time for everything. And then they slowly become independent. And I have really enjoyed every single stage of being a parent. I always think like, oh, I'm going to miss the baby stage. And there's definitely times where I missed being able to take them in their buckets, their car seat buckets, and, just take them anywhere. Like we take my daughter to a party once when she was just a newborn and like could just sleep the whole party away. Had no bedtime because newborns sleep all the time. There is no bedtime. And now it's like, okay, we got to get our kids to bed at a decent hour or else they're going to suffer at school and they're just not going to be their full awesome, be at their best that day. So it's being mindful of things, but at the same time, they can get in their PJs themselves and they can walk home by themselves from school and things like that. So it's really incredible to watch. And it's just so beautiful, isn't it? Anyway, and at the same time, there's challenges. They challenge us. That's what parenting, I feel like, does. It challenges us. And for me, it's having to be able to look within more to be like, okay, what do I need to do? And it's been really beautiful. And actually, I was going through becoming an empowerment coach when I was pregnant with my daughter. And actually my son, it took me 3 years to complete the course. And I am so grateful that I did all that work on myself. And now if you feel like you're not at a place yet, because we're always constantly, looking within and working on ourselves. It's a lifelong thing to do. Doesn't mean you have to be focusing on like healing triggers and doing things every day of your life, but it's being mindful of, oh, how did I react? Like, is there a better way? Like being present. So yes, going deep and doing some work is really, really good. And that's what I did when I was in the young, like at the stages of being like when my children were like babies, is going through that, because becoming an empowerment coach, I did all the work, heavy liftings of things that I now ask my clients to do, because you got to go through it first before asking somebody else to do it. So, living it myself, and it was an incredible journey. It was something I did not realize I needed to do or things like that, but it's really being grounded. Now, there are days where I'm not grounded, and I actually have to go to my husband, like, can you please be with my daughter right now, or myself? Like, I have to check out so I can check in to myself. Then there's other times that I'm so in tuned, and it's like I have this information coming through my mouth and I don't even know the words, but they're coming through. It's like I'm bringing it, channeling it in from somewhere else, some deep down core awesomeness going on. And it's incredible. So if you find that sometimes you're parenting, and I'm not here to give a parenting advice. I am a parent and I'm still in the middle of the muck and the dirt, all the messiness and things like that. So I just there with you. But if you feel like it's a challenge, it's a really good time to start looking inward. And I always find that has been the best thing I've ever done for myself as a parent, is work on me, take care of me, and figure out why I'm getting upset about something, or like, why am I, doing this or that, and just figuring it out so I can be at my best self to put my best foot forward for my children. And again, I have moments where I'm like, oh my goodness, and I lose it. And then I just go and I talk to my children. I'm like, I am so sorry. We are like, just because we're a mom or a dad or, grandparents, doesn't mean we have our act together all the time. That we're not perfect. There's no such thing. And so it's about owning up to your mistakes. So you screw up. That's okay. You own up to your mistakes. And that is one of the best things I've been doing for my kids, is I make mistakes all the time. I'm a mompreneur. I am a mom and an entrepreneur, and I'm juggling it all. And sometimes I drop something. And I really enjoy showing my kids my mess ups, my screw ups, because failing is how we learn. Failing is how we're like, oh, that did not work. Let's try something different. And there are moments where, my daughter's nervous about something and about something new. And I'm going to be sharing a story all about that in a little while, about how we stop ourselves from doing something. And I got to share with how I get nervous about doing something new. So me going through all these like out of my comfort zones and failing and getting upset and working through my triggers all help me become a better mom. Because then I can be like, wait, like, yeah, going out of your comfort zone can be scary, but it can also be so rewarding. So if you're finding a hard time balancing being a mom and trying to find your passion or your dream, or even maybe you're living your passion, you're like, but I should be with my kids, and you feel torn. It's okay to feel torn. I feel torn all the time. Like, it's this balancing act. We aren't just taking care of ourselves. We're taking care of these beautiful, amazing humans that are going to, one day spread their own wings and fly. So it's okay to feel torn. Like, if you're like, I want to go after my dreams, but I want to be with my family and my kids and, things like that. And it's really just allowing yourself space to do both, because our kids are always watching us. They watch our habits. Like, I think about the habits I picked up as a kid. A lot of them came from my parents, and a lot of them I'm trying to rewrite. Not because maybe they are bad habits, I don't know, but they personally don't line up with who I am anymore. I don't want to lay in front of a TV all day, every day, or like all like check out at a certain point and just watch TV like from supper to bed. Like, I want to be active and I want to be out and adventuring. Like, that is who I am. And it's about owning and embracing my adventurous side and letting go of my lazy side that I picked up as a kid. And there's no wrong or right. It's just, you got to do you too. Just because you're a mom doesn't mean you don't get to do things you love. And when we hold back our own pleasures, our kids can see that. And then we're just not as fun to be around either, right? Like, if we're focusing on, oh, I have to do the dishes and laundry and this and that. And like you have a laundry list of things to do. And then you're not present and things like that. So if you're feeling right now that things aren't going great, I'm sure you're doing an amazing job, like I said at the beginning. I really do. But if something feels off and you're like, I could do different or I could do better, like we always say, practice makes better. And, really being a parent, like, you could feel like, this is the other thing about parenthood. And I say there's seasons, right? Where we're constantly changing. Like, kids are constantly changing. And you could just feel like you finally got it all together. Like, I understand my kids. Like, we got a flow. We got this. And then all of a sudden something changes. Because that's what happens. Kids are constantly changing. It's about figuring out how to transition through those changes. And that's why taking care of you is really important. Because then you can be grounded in your own awesomeness and feel really supported. And that, like, when you're grounded in your awesomeness, you can then support others so much better. And this is why I too have, like, I've been really going inward. If you're on my Facebook page ever, like, I'm not there very often right now, because right now I'm finding this balance between making sure I'm at my best self to give to others, to give to my children, my husband, my friends, my family, and to you and my clients. Like, there's so much going out, right? I love helping others. I love giving. And it's about making sure I'm taking the time to fill up my own cup, because I have caught myself running on empty. And when I run on empty, I have no creativeness coming up. I have no energy to even record podcasts episodes. So it's really a fun thing. So if you're finding, wherever you are in motherhood, wherever you're finding yourself, and I want to backpedal just a second here, because I just had a flash of being a young, like, my kids being, super young, sleep deprived days. Take a nap. Like, you might just need a nap right now. That's all you need. Like, it's every season. You could have like older children, and maybe you're running and playing chauffeur all the time. Then maybe like grab a book, like something motivational, or maybe you're listening to this podcast on the way or while you're doing something, and that's awesome. The other thing is you're listening to this podcast. So I feel like you already know it's important to take care of you. So way to go. And it's just knowing that every stage of parenthood or motherhood, both really, have like ups and downs, and you gotta embrace where you are as much as you can anyways, and not compare yourself to others. I did that so much when my kids were young. I launched a business when my son was 6 months old and he wasn't sleeping through the night. And that is the thing that kept me moving forward. I honestly don't know what would have happened if I didn't have this passion project. It was very short. Like, I literally was doing my business while my son napped. That's it. Was it successful? Not really, but I learned a lot, and it kept me really, like, I wasn't, rolling in the dough kind of thing, but it was really amazing. And I learned so much in those early years of being with my business that has helped me move into, a better place in my business. So things might not look perfect or even really great at all, but they might be working for you. So wherever you are right now, give yourself a hug. Give yourself a high five. I'm giving you a high five right now. You're doing it. You're doing a great job. And remember to take care of you too, because how you feel, what you're doing matters to your kids, matters to the people in and around you. Don't do them because you feel like, oh, if I do this, I'm going to screw up my kids' future, or like, oh man, they're going to be in therapy forever. Do it for you so you can come from a place of amazing awesomeness, and then it just flows out over the cup. It's like, think of, filling a cup of water. First, like if you're running, like you're like, oh, I'm so exhausted right now, I can barely listen to this podcast. Let's imagine your cup is empty. Like think of a glass, empty glass right now. And if you're not feeling energetic, you're like, oh, I don't really have goals. I don't have a focus on where I want to go, or I'm not really sure what I want to do, what my name is. You're probably on empty. Now you turn on the faucet, you put the cup under the water and you turn on the faucet a little bit. And that's you taking moments of time for you, filling up your cup. And like I said in a different episode about self-care, there's different areas. So, some areas of your life, like it will stream in, like that water will fill in because they're like, yes, it's like something that's super important to you. Like for me, getting by water, or even just honestly, quiet time to myself, like no noise in the house. That fills up my cup hard. Being by the ocean, just being outside in the forest, going out with friends, reading a good book, doing this podcast. It makes me feel really good inside. And it fills up. And then all of a sudden, it's overflowing. And you're like, that overflow is what you give others. Imagine, it spilling out into the world. You're now either sharing a lot of water with other people or just a couple drops. So this podcast, I wasn't quite sure where to go with this one. I just listened to my heart, and it's not meant to make you feel guilty for not taking care of yourself. I don't want you to feel guilty. Wherever you are right now is where you're meant to be. And finding this episode, like you've been brought to this episode, you're listening to it. You made it this far. Way to go. You are here just to be reminded, lovingly reminded, that you matter too, that taking care of you ties it all together. So it's okay to take care of you, and it's okay to be where you are right now. So take a deep breath in and let it all out. You are doing an amazing job. And whatever maybe mistakes you've done in the past, because we've all done them. We all have failures. Don't look at them so much as failing as ways of learning lessons. Like even, here's an example for my own. Every time we have a rough pro D day or a holiday where I've really used a lot of energy to be with my kids and I didn't take a lot of time with me, my husband's like, oh, we got to do something different. And the last pro D day, I actually was like, it was after a really crazy weekend. I shared about it in another episode where my daughter was sick and things like that. Or I think I'm going to be sharing that episode soon. So, we have like some muckiness, right? It's like, oh my goodness, like what was that? And I reevaluate. It's like, okay, hold on a second. So now what we have decided is on a pro D day, my husband only works till 2. He works early in the morning and is done at 2. So we've decided that now my husband will take the kids out and about for 2 hours after he's done work. Easy peasy, right? It's just about being like aware of what you need, what's working, what's not working. And there could be a lot not working. I know for a fact that happens a lot with us. It's like, whoa, wait a second. And just recalculating. I think of myself like parenthood as like a GPS where you kind of have an idea where you're going. Like, you want to raise your kids, to be their best versions of themselves and like to learn to be able to spread their wings and help them just really, embrace who they are while trying to live your own life at the same time. And if you don't know what that is, then it's allowing that time and space to do that as well for you. Anyways, and then so you're going down this road. And then all of a sudden it's like, oh my goodness, it's full of potholes. It's not paved. It's rock. You're like bump, a bump, a bump, a bump. And it just feels like, oh my goodness, I'm going to be sick. And your GPS is like recalculating. It's like, that is parenthood, at least for me, where things, you find yourself down a road of bumpiness. And I'm like, wait a second, let's reevaluate the situation. Let's figure out how we can do this differently. It's not so much about doing it better, but doing it differently. And it's just like, okay, this one's not working for me. It's not working for my family. It's not working for our family unit. So let's recalculate things and go a different direction. I hope this helps. And remember, you are fabulous. Being a mom is not an easy job. I want to end with that. Okay? I'm just giving some of my own personal experiences with this. And like I said, mine are young still. I haven't got to the teenage years yet, even though my daughter acts like one all the time. So I am in the thick of it too. So I'm just giving my loving advice, hopefully sharing some stories that either motivate you or be like, okay, I'll do that differently than that too, or whatever. But know that I am in the thick of it too. And I'm just giving, a loving reminder that you matter too. Because being a mom is a job. And yes, it's the most important job ever, but it doesn't mean that's the only thing you have to do. And it doesn't even define you. Being a mom does not define the person you are. You are your own person still. And that's actually one thing I learned when I was going through baby classes when my daughter was born, is that people didn't know my name. They knew, the midwives were talking about how, you're still a person, use people's names and things like that. And to this day, I don't like calling people by so-and-so's mom. I like to learn people's names because they're not just a mom. Just like you're not just a mom. You're a person. You have dreams. You have goals. And maybe you don't know them yet, but they're there percolating and waiting for you to discover them. So it is so important that you take care of you because you matter too. And that's really where I'm getting with this episode. So it wasn't about making you feel bad about maybe not taking time for you. It's just lovingly reminding you that you matter too because you are a person. You have a name. You have things. You were a person before you were a mom, and you're still a person now. Just with a better job, in my opinion. No, I'm kidding. Anyways, being a mom is awesome. Rock it on. Take care of you, and I hope you have a beautiful, amazing, lovely day. Bye for now.